Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Encrypted and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I've got a top 5 hardest Minecraft achievements video for you guys. This is going to be based around the Minecraft Bedrock achievements. I do understand Java and Bedrock have slightly different achievements and they work differently as well. So this video is going to be focused all around Bedrock Edition. So if you guys do at any point in the video enjoy any of it or agree with some of my decisions that I have on the list, definitely leave a like below. I would greatly appreciate that. And also, if you guys disagree with any of my opinions on this, be sure to let me know in the comments because I am interested, and also tell me what you think is the hardest achievement in the game. And also subscribe if you guys are new. I upload new Minecraft videos pretty much every day, if not every other day, if I can. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so like I said, this is going to be a top 5 list on the hardest achievements in the game. So at number 5 on this list, I have Map Room as the 5th hardest achievement in the game. And I don't know if this is going to surprise you guys. I'm sure some of the achievements I have on this list will surprise you, but this one I feel like definitely deserves at least a spot on this list, just because it does take a long time to, not only build all these, 9 different maps, but it also takes a while to fill out that many, and that's exactly what this achievement is. You have to fill out 9 full maps, put them on, item frames on a wall, and kind of piece them together like a puzzle. And I've sort of been doing that on my project world. I actually probably have it up on the screen right now. You guys are seeing my progress on that, and even I'm not done with it. But then again, I'm using like the biggest map you can, so maybe that's the problem. But regardless of that, even with a a 3 out of 4 map size, this is going to be a pretty tough challenge, pretty tough achievement. And you're definitely going to need an Elytra if you want to get this done quickly. So that's why I have it on number 5. But number 4 on the list, I have Master Trader. Now this one probably surprises you guys because you probably expected it to be on the list, but you probably expected it to be like number 1 or 2. And if you look at the achievements on the Xbox anyway, you can see on the Xbox One, it will tell you the percentage of players that actually completed the achievements. Master Trader is like the lowest percentage. I think it's like 0.011 or something like that. 0.11% of players have completed it. It's a really low percentage. Most players do not have this achievement, and it actually surprises me a little bit, and I'm assuming it's just because most players don't trade that much in the game. But this achievement is on the list because A, not many players have completed it, so that obviously means that it is difficult, at least in the idea of it being like a tedious challenge. But it is a difficult challenge in general because to be able to trade 1,000 emeralds, that's the achievement by the way, you have to trade 1,000 emeralds with villagers. That's a lot of emeralds. I mean, we're talking, you're going to have to trade every day for months. And that's actually how long it took me to get this achievement. It took me about a month and a half, if not 2 months. And pretty much every day I would trade with villagers. And I wasn't even going for the achievement. That's the funny thing. I just genuinely needed that many emeralds to buy various things such as mending books, efficiency 4 books, unbreaking 2s. I needed all kinds of stuff, and the way I did it was I just traded with farmers, and I built a giant farm. I traded them all my crops like potatoes and wheat and carrots and things, beetroot, and that's how I got that many emeralds for the most part. And I traded some paper, of course, with librarians and cartographers, but it was mainly the farmers. So there's a little tip for you if you want to help, if you need help getting this achievement, there you go. But that is definitely number 4 on my list. Number 3 is Beaconator. Beaconator is basically you have to build a beacon, and not only that, you have to fully power the beacon as well. So the reason I have this as number 3 is because, well, the obvious reason is building the beacon alone is already a difficult task, just because you have to kill the wither to get the the star, the nether star. The main component to the beacon is the nether star, so you do have to kill the wither to do this. That's already hard enough, and we'll talk about that later. But as if that isn't hard enough, then you have to fully power the beacon. You can't just make a normal beacon. You have to build the biggest beacon possible. It's insane. And I actually have a video on this as well, Now, the weird thing is my achievement didn't unlock, and my world isn't in creative mode, but I'm pretty sure I built the biggest beacon. If I don't have the biggest beacon in the game, then I'm, like, screwed, because I've already used almost all my iron and gold to build this thing. But, yeah, that's the, big hard part with this, is, A, you have to kill the Wither, and then once you do that, you have to have stacks upon stacks upon stacks of, iron ingots and gold ingots and diamonds and emeralds if you want to have enough blocks to build this thing. And it's a really long challenge. Again, just like the Master Trader challenge, it's a very tedious one, but the thing that makes this harder than Master Trader and Map Room is the fact that you actually have to have enough skill to defeat the Wither. And that leads us into our top second choice of the hardest achievement in the game. I would say it's the beginning part 1 and the beginning part 2. For those of you who don't know, there's 2 achievements. They're basically the same. Well, they have the same name anyway. One of them is the beginning with a question mark, and the other is the beginning. The beginning with the question mark is you have to spawn the Wither. That alone is already a difficult achievement, just because you have to go into the Nether. You have to go into a Nether fortress, hunt down tons of Wither skeletons until you finally get 3 skulls, which can take a while, by the way, in case you didn't know. They're pretty rare. And then once you have the 3 skulls, you have to build the Wither using, the sand, the soul sand, and the Wither skulls. And once you do that, then you get the next achievement, which is, you get the achievement spawning the Wither, and then here's your chance to get the next achievement, the beginning without the question mark, which is where you defeat the Wither. Surprise, surprise, right? You get an achievement for beating probably the hardest boss in the game. And that's why I have it on this list, is because it is technically a 2-part achievement, but I'm combining it into just one achievement technically for this. And I think it's harder than the Ender Dragon fight, because the Wither alone, there really isn't a strategy you can use to defeat it easily. Whereas the Ender Dragon, there's a lot of different strategies you can use to beat it. The Wither doesn't really work like that. It doesn't really have a good strategy for beating it, or at least none that I know of in the Bedrock Edition. There used to be really good ones, but there isn't. So that's why this is number 2 on the list. A, you have to spawn it in, which is already hard enough, and then B, you gotta kill it. And I mean, that's insane. It's really hard to kill this thing. So that is the number 2 choice for the hardest achievement in the game. Now, the number 1 hardest achievement in the game is, I have it on Masturmann. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I probably butchered that. But the reason I made this number 1 is because I did a little bit of thinking, and I realized that defeating the Wither, that's all skill, right? There's no, it's mainly skill, because if you kill enough Wither skeletons, obviously you're eventually going to get the skulls, and they aren't that hard to kill. And then fighting the Wither, it is a very, very difficult boss, by far the hardest one in the game, in my opinion. But even that can be done with the right tools and, with the right mindset and the skill. But the problem is, Masturmann is all about building a conduit. And for those of you who don't know, a conduit is basically an underwater beacon. Again, I have a video on that on my channel if you want to look more into that. But basically, this achievement I have as number 1 because it's not all just about skill. It's not just about luck. It's about RNG. It's about having the right equipment. It's about being smart. It's about, being good at the game. It's a mix of all kinds of different things you need to win at Minecraft. Because first, you have to find an ocean monument, because that's the first step. You got to get Prismarine. The only place to get it, ocean monument. So you got to go to an ocean monument, and you're more than likely going to have to kill the Elder Guardians in there, because they're going to keep hitting you with mining fatigue, therefore you can't mine your Prismarine. So you're going to have to clear a full ocean monument, which is already a pretty big task. And to do that, you're going to need, the right equipment. You're going to need swords. You're going to need maybe a bow. You're obviously going to need water-breathing potions, armor, night vision potions. You'll need all kinds of stuff. And then once you finally do that, you clear the whole monument. Now you can get your Prismarine, and now you've got the first ingredient to your conduit. Now you need more, though. You actually need, what was it? Okay, you need shells. You need Nautilus shells, which those aren't really that hard to get. As I said before, you can fish for those. You can hunt drown down to find those. They really aren't that hard to get, the shells. But nonetheless, they are, sort of like the Wither Skulls, I guess, in terms of RNG. But the real difficult part of this, in my opinion, in terms of randomness, is you have to find a Heart of the Sea, and the only way to do that, or at least the only way I know of, is you have to find a treasure map that leads you to buried treasure that has a Heart of the Sea in the chest. And not every treasure chest has a Heart of the Sea. In fact, I found treasure maps that are duds. In fact, most of the treasure maps I find are duds. They don't lead me to anything. I dig everything around there, every bit of the island, there's nothing there. So as if that's not bad enough that you might not even find a chest, sometimes when you find a chest there isn't even a Heart of the Sea in them. Most of the time there isn't. So that's also another big downside. So like I said, there's a lot of luck to it. You gotta be good enough to beat the monument, you gotta be smart enough to know how to build the ingredients and get through the monument, and then you gotta have enough luck on your side to be able to not only get all 8 of the Nautilus shells, but you're also gonna need to find a Heart of the Sea. And then, building the conduit really isn't that hard. Obviously, you build the little conduit in the, crafting table, and then you put the prismarine blocks all together and build a little structure underwater, which that isn't hard, but that's more to do, right? I mean, the more you have to do, the harder it gets, right? So that's why I have that as number 1. I'm sure that probably was a surprise to you guys. I hope I didn't trigger you guys too much though with that, but like I said, if I did annoy you guys with any of my choices, as I'm sure I probably did, please let me know in the comments below, because I really do want to know what you guys think is the hardest achievement in the game, because I know a lot of you have different opinions, and I do want to hear them. Also, like I said before at the beginning of the video, make sure to subscribe if you guys are new. I upload new Minecraft videos pretty much every day, every other day if I can. And with that being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!